Okay, sure, we're ready for you.
Hi, Carol. Thank you so
Hello.
much. Thank you. We've had a long day there. A lot of new business. It's been a lot of fun. Folks left. There are new distributors, so it's exciting. But I'm thrilled to be here with all of you. I feel like you all have become a very special group this Thursday night, and I really admire you for, I guess you would say just stepping into your own power and, you know, being there to grow into your own excellence as far as this business is concerned. I love the stories. I mean, we in a sense kind of live and work for the stories because it feels so good. There's such a great emotional revenue in being able to hear other people have experiences that are so positive. And it's happened over and over and over with our products and our business as well. And so it's a wonderful, positive thing to be part of. If for any of you who may be joining us for the first time, let me just share a little bit about my own background. I have actually been with the Juice Plus company now for 32 years, which is just shocking because it doesn't feel like it could possibly be that long. But looking forward to the next 32 because it has been energizing, inspiring, exciting, and continues to be. My background was education. I taught at one of the universities in South Louisiana, which is where I'm from. And like Marilyn, I started because of what was really at the time to financial disaster and a great deal of fear. And I had no idea what was in store for me from both a health standpoint as well as a income standpoint. I was just hoping to maybe make ends meet. I had two children in middle school, and a teacher's salary was not going to send them to college. And the things that I wanted for our lives, just a teacher's salary it wasn't going to keep us above struggle. And so this was going to be part-time, and I just fell in love with the whole thing, the people, the company, the products. It turned out to be so much more than I ever expected, and still continues to just inspire my spirit, my soul, my everything. I love it, and I love the people part of it as well, and especially the people part of it. As I listen to the stories, what really rings true, and I know I feel it deeply myself, but I hear it from all of you, is there is a strong measure of control when it comes to your own health and well-being. Growing up, I think we felt like, if you got sick, you had to go to the doctor and they were going to hopefully take care of it, but you didn't have any control over what would happen to you. My family history from a health standpoint was horrific. People got sick at an early age and usually left the planet. And so I always felt like those health monsters were nipping at my heels. And the thing that Juice Plus did for me was really, besides the fact that it really remedied a lot of health issues I was having, was it gave me that sense of security and feeling that in reality that I had some real control on the outcome as far as my health was concerned. Learning about, the power of food. I love it when I hear the words, the power of the plant, because, that never occurred to me until Juice Plus came along. Knowing that with consistency, I could really raise the level of, immunity and lower the level of inflammation and do all those things that you wish would happen to you, but you didn't think you had any control over. So I love the fact, and I hear it from you all as we hear the stories, that there you realize that you can really make a difference for yourself. You can change the future of your health and those the people that you love and that you come across every day. And so that measure of control, I think, is very, very powerful. And especially today, if we look at our world and, in so many different directions, there's so much uncertainty. And certainly the uncertainty as far as health and health issues worldwide today is really something that I think we all want to not only pay attention to, but be really supportive of people and what we have to offer from a health standpoint where Juice Plus is concerned, because it is a time, I think, especially for us to make sure that we have the courage to tell everybody about what we have. But if we talk about having control in our lives to a certain extent and managing uncertainty, Uh, Basically, what we're doing with Juice Plus is managing some of that uncertainty of health and health issues. But we can also really look at how do we take control from a business standpoint. My business is one that, today, and you all are part of it, and we're all part of the same story. As an organization, we stretch across the world. My business started in a little tiny town, in South Louisiana, and today across the world. And so, yes, Marilyn, you could well make $1 million here. That's going to happen because it is going to always continue to stretch and grow. But it's nice to look at our business and say, okay, how do I take control of that business and know that I have control of creating the kind of power business that's available? And I wanted to start talking about this tonight, and then we'll carry it on into the next few weeks. But it's, how do you lay that foundation for stability and control as far as your business and your business experience is concerned as you go through our marketing model? Because, we all want to achieve, I feel like, at the highest level. Why not? If not us, who? Why not us? Because I feel like everybody that comes to our company really has that gift of wanting to make a difference in the world. We want to be part of other people's success. We enjoy it. We love the emotional revenue of it. So let's all, work at performing at the highest level. The other thing I thought I would say too about our product right quick is a lot of the folks that spoke tonight, I look at Ro and some of you, and I think Ro's been here, with me about 28, 29 years, and she just looks younger. Y'all all look younger all the time. So that's got to have something to do with the product as well. Look at Marlene, I'm thinking, gee, it's a real proof that the product works. But let's get back to taking control. And how do you take control of your day-to-day activity so that you know that you can walk yourself right up through National Marketing Director and on into those top positions of IMD, PMD, EMD, all of those things that take you on to higher and higher levels of growth as you grow throughout the world. Well, first of all, I think we want to concentrate. We heard a lot of people say tonight that they were sales coordinators, and that is the top commission position. So it's really for yourself if you're just starting, or if you're working with new team members. The goal is go to the sales coordinator position as quickly as possible and capture the largest return as far as commissions, retail commissions, as well as team development commissions as you help people grow up. So you want to look at that sales coordinator position as the very first goal. Now, the first step, though, is to go to the qualifying sales coordinator position. So you want to do that, or help your new people do that as quickly as possible. As I start with someone that's, brand new with us, we want to move as quickly as possible to lay the foundation for that story, because you become the model in everything that you do. As you develop a team, you are the model. You set up the model for duplication. So you want to set up a model where people will move quickly in the beginning to lay the foundation of the story into sales coordinator to capture the largest amount of return as soon as possible, because we all do the same thing. We just tell the story of the product, and we tell the story of how we share it with others through our business. So we're going to capture that largest return right away. After that, then we plan our strategy going up through the top positions of the company, but let's get that foundation secure. If you think about anything, whether you're building a house, a business, there needs to be the foundation. If the foundation is strong, then the duplication in our business will be great. If the foundation is strong in a house or a home, then the rest of it is going to be what it looks like as you grow out into something beautiful. But the foundation has to be strong. So we've established that you want to grow to sales coordinator as quickly as possible. The first step, qualifying sales coordinator. So when I start with a new team member, that's the first thing I'm going to do, is we're going to talk about how do we put team together right away. So we get to that qualifying sales coordinator position, and we keep duplicating that so that you go to sales coordinator. Well, there's one step that's very important in between going to qualifying sales coordinator and sales coordinator, and that is business. And we want to talk about qualification, because if we talk about foundation from a business standpoint, foundation is in making sure that you are qualified on a monthly basis, and you become what we call in our company a club member. And so club members in your business, that's someone who has a qualified business. Now, a qualified business today, and we're talking dollars now in our new marketing model and compensation plan, which I love. We used to talk points, and thank goodness we don't have to figure points anymore. Everybody understands dollars. So $1,800 in production on a monthly basis is the qualifying amount at this time once you become a qualifying sales coordinator. So you go to qualifying sales coordinator, you help someone do that, and then the next step is to secure your foundation through qualification. So if you're going to take full advantage of the pay plan, and my guess is you're on this call because you want to be able to totally take full advantage of the pay plan. You want to be able to spread out through your town, across your state, your country, the world, and take full advantage of the pay plan. So we want to look at how do you do that. Well, we're going to, again, you'll hear this over and over from me and hopefully from the company as well, is that you want to go really wide. You may hear this from me every week, okay? But if you're going to establish, a plan that has a strong foundation, is you have as many people sponsored directly to you as possible so that the leadership will present itself. But at the same time, you want to also be thinking about growing deep, and we'll talk about that. So horizontal growth as well as vertical growth. And then the other thing, and you want to underline it if you write it down in red, is you want to become qualified for the basic PB, which is, your production volume, and you want to stay qualified on a monthly basis as soon as you become a qualifying sales coordinator. So again, sales coordinator first goal, qualifying sales coordinator first step, and the next step after that is for you to go into qualification and stay there. So qualification is really the foundation of your business. It's the standard by which we do business. And we talk about often being business-minded. And when I think about business-minded, it's really taking your business seriously. It can be a hobby, but a hobby doesn't pay very well, okay? So it's having a very serious business mindset. And so qualification, as I said, is the foundation. Your income is a direct result of how consistently you qualify and how well you teach others to do that. This is what I've found in my entire career, is that people live up to the expectations that you have for them and that you outline for them. And I think too frequently, there's almost like, how would I say this, is the picture of how you do this is a little too loose, you might say, or not structured distinctly enough. So if you can really lay that expectation out, outline it clearly from the very beginning, people have no trouble stepping into the expectation. So if the expectation is that you go as quickly as possible to sales coordinator, your first step is qualifying sales coordinator, and you qualify your business. That's the step right after. Then if you do that, if you model that, if you help people achieve that, you'll set up for duplication. Duplication is what pays. If we look at our business today, this team, there are thousands of team members at this point. It's been 32 years, so let's hope, but there are thousands of team members. There would be no way for me to even know personally the majority of those people, even though I feel like I know a lot of them. But if you set up for duplication, you don't have to know everyone. You might know them as a large group or in general, but you won't have to have day-to-day contact for your business to really flourish. So let's talk about how you qualify. What is required to qualify? How does this happen? Again, we said $1,800 and this would be equivalent to 24 tri-pack orders if you were looking at the combination of your team members and your customers. So that in place would bring you a qualified business. But qualified business is, first of all, making sure that you have in place by the end of the month 1,800 purchase volume credit, or $1,800. This means in your own personal business. Now let's describe what your own personal business is, because sometimes I think this eludes people, especially in the beginning. Well, first of all, it's your own personal consumption of the product. So your personal consumption becomes part of that qualifying amount. Your preferred customers. So any preferred customers that you have become part of that qualifying amount. But also all of your team members who are at Partner or Partner Plus. So the distributors, your new team members, and your Partner Plus team members are going to be part of your qualifying amount. So one of the reasons that you would want to make sure that you're really, really wide and that you're continually adding to that new team member pool. You know, I'll look at my business as if there were 3 pools so that you can always go fishing, okay? The first pool would be your customer pool. So you can go fishing for new team members. Your second pool would be new team member pool. So you can go fishing for serious team members who are going to grow up through your compensation plan. So again, the 4 areas where you put together your qualifying amount. Your personal consumption, your preferred customers, your team members or partners who are in the Partner Plus position or the partner position or Partner Plus position. So that's why you always want that new team member group to be continually adding to that, because they carry you as through on your qualifying amount. And, you know, it's nice to have a self-qualifying business if we want to talk about, you know, having 24 tri-pack customers, using that as an example, or as we go into next year, it'll be 27. But that can be limiting. You know, you always want to keep a good customer group. And it's great to have, you know, 15, 20, 25 or so. But you want those people to be turning into new team members, new partners as soon as possible. I mean, I've always got that in the back of my head. As soon as someone becomes a customer, is how fast can I grow that person to a team member, to a new partner? Because again, they become part of your qualifying amount to qualify your business and keep it really strong and stable. Now, if you can then turn around and help those people grow to qualifying sales coordinator as quickly as possible, those new team members that are part of your qualifying amount, if you can help them do that quickly, then you will move very quickly into sales coordinator, or you'll help your new team member move into sales coordinator. And once you're a sales coordinator, you're always at top commission position. So it's an important first step if somebody is going to take their business seriously, if they're going to be the model and set the place and set up for duplication. It's very, very important to look at that as the foundation of your business. So really, why qualify? It's kind of the name of the game, and we want to really be in the game. As I love the kind of saying, you can either watch the parade, you can join the parade, or you can lead the parade. And you really lead the parade with the model of what you want to see happen in your business, because this sets the pace for your whole future. One of the things that I feel real strongly about and have really worked at in my own business, personal business, is that, and Jeff did it with me, my sponsor, is that there was a concerted effort to get into position in that basic sales coordinator position as quickly as possible. and to put that extra effort in the beginning, even though you would level off and maybe not work at the same pace as you grew up through the rest of your positions. Now you would work consistently always, but that you would put that extra effort into that fast start. People always ask you, how did you start? And then I've been here 5 months, 5 years, 25 years, 32 years like myself. The question I always get as soon as I sign a new team member is, how did you start? So helping that new person have that fast start. And you can restart at any time if you've been watching for a while, the parade. But having that fast start at whatever time that decision is made, and hopefully right in the beginning, helping a person do that sets them up for really a good, strong, successful future. So qualification, of course, is your ticket to get paid. Now, the benefits of qualifying your business, certainly you're going to be paid at the highest level, because once you step into qualifying a sales coordinator, you're going to now be eligible to receive that 3% from all of the people that grow up beneath you. And that's going to be, not only your own business, but, just even to the partner pluses beneath you. So it maximizes your effort to earn, which would be certainly one of the benefits of being qualified. You earn that 3% performance bonus on your downline as well as your partner plus and above. Over time, this 3% will become the largest part of your income. So you want to set up for that from the very beginning, and you want to make sure that you also capitalize on all the bonuses now that the company has to offer, because those bonuses are really at this point a significant part of the income as people grow up, and it encourages that growing up. So the other thing that's really important is you're leading by example. You're teaching others to lead by example. It sets the standard for your team. And always, you are the one who's going to set the standard with your activity. Your team will follow what you do, and they'll teach exactly what you teach. It's been interesting over the years because, you even begin to see the personality of the leader show up in the team. So you're really the model. You're modeling. You certainly will receive recognition from the company because they recognize club and club levels. So if you're qualified, you are a club member. And if the people in your business, as they qualify, they become your clubs. Now, there's been a lot of recognition, I guess you would say, or attention. That's probably a better word. Attention to all the new bonuses. And that's great because they're exciting. People love money. We've noticed that as long as I've been here. People love money. But and I'm really not meaning money as far as the actual money itself, but the freedom of choice that it gives you. But what we really want to make sure that we stay focused on, it's exciting. The bonuses are exciting. But it's the clubs that become the stability of your business, the clubs, the people who are qualifiers in your business. And you don't have to have thousands and thousands of those to make huge, huge income. As a matter of fact, it's relatively, reasonable. If you think about, somebody who's got somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 club, their income on a monthly basis is going to be somewhere between $10,000, $12,000 a month. If you go to 100 club, it's over, $25,000 a month. That's 100 people in your entire organization doing $1,800 on a monthly basis. And so, that is not, you're not having to, have the whole world on your team for that to happen. So recognition certainly comes from the company. There will be a lot of recognition that we'll see happen around clubs as time goes on here, and we, are at conferences and especially in the fall. But from this organization's standpoint, what we've put in place, and hopefully you all have recognized it and are doing it, is we're going to do a special recognition. We'll do it at conference with a lanyard ribbon. For anyone who's gone $500 past the $1,800, There'll be a special recognition, a shout out on the Monday night call, but also a special ribbon for your lanyard at conference. And we'll do some other things around it, because I feel like if you not only have a strong business mindset, but you just strive to go, past that minimal. Nobody wants to have a minimal income. We don't want a minimal business. We want to really excel at what we do because it's available to us. There are no limitations on what you can do and what you can be and what you can have with this marketing model and with this company. And so let's really, play on a high level. There's no point in playing small. And the company has to give you minimals, because that's what defines their plan. But you can maximize that. So we're going to start recognizing anyone who is, we've already been doing it, but anyone who's $500 over the $1,800 that it requires right now. So again, set the pace for your business with this. It really, as I said, it's the second step in your business strategy. The qualifying sales coordinator being the first step, being qualified the second, and then gathering qualifying sales coordinators, because that will put you in sales coordinator position. So it's like you want to develop a business that just produces a qualifying sales coordinator factory, okay? And with that in place, if you can really, embody that, teach that, grow people up that way, as you grow sales coordinators up, that's going to move you right to, the top leadership positions. And as they grow sales coordinators up, they grow up into the top positions. So it is definitely that, foundation is qualifying sales coordinator, be qualified, stay qualified, and teach it, because that will then duplicate into everything else, right, to national marketing director. So I think I'm just about out of time here already, but I'd like to take a few minutes just to see if anybody has any, I guess you would say, questions about, or even suggestions. On this call, we really are, I guess, with, 40 people, 45 people on our call. And we invite you really to bring as many people as possible, because it's a place for interactive communication. I want to continue to work with you all on qualification and clubs, and also talk about things on this call like confidence, where confidence comes from, how to acquire it, all going back to knowing that you have control. Knowing you have control over your health with Juice Plus, and that you can manage that at a level that I certainly never thought was possible, but also knowing that you have control over your business, and that as a business strategist, you can put in place exactly what it needs for you to achieve top positions and beyond with our company. So at this point, if anybody would like to just, if there's anything you would like for us to concentrate on, besides some of these things I've mentioned, I'd love to hear it from you here over the next 2 or 3 minutes, if anybody would like to give me that input.
I would. I enjoyed the training tonight. Thank you, everybody. Hey, I have been struggling just a little bit in closing the deal. Younger people are wanting to become partners in the business, or men. I've been meeting different men that want to be a part of the business, and their question always is, how do I make money? And they're part of real estate flipping businesses, other multi-level marketing. So I don't know if it's the way I'm explaining it, but I can't seem to get that connection with them, because it's not fast money with Juice Plus. I just find it's a little different from other multi-level marketing businesses that I'm struggling a little bit.
That would certainly be a good one for us to talk about. And closing techniques, we can talk about that as well. And also how to show the numbers and what needs to happen. It's just like me talking about tonight. If you have, 50 people who have at least 24 customers, you're going to make over $12,000 a month or more. I mean, when you start drawing out for people, in a sense, the reality of what needs to happen for the money to come, then there's usually, with some of that clarity, comes the desire to participate. So we can definitely do that. Again, I want us to frequently, and I would encourage you all to frequently go through that compensation plan. For me, when I sit down with someone, Chandria, and I'll take Chris Drobes as an example. Chris had a business that was already making over $50,000 a month, much more, I think. And it was really, she was in the cookie business, and for a reason, nobody would buy cookies anymore. No one's for that. But I had to sit down with Chris and say, okay, how can we replace 50,000 a month or more? And what kind of time frame would that take realistically? So when you know the compensation plan and you look at, okay, how many club members do you need? And usually how many club members are there as you grow up into each position, then, you know, I'm not saying that it happened overnight for Chris, but it definitely happened. And it took us some time, not forever by any means, but you know, it doesn't happen overnight. But the reality of it happening and continue to grow by far surpasses what anything for the most part that's out there. So it's being able to really explain how that happens as you grow through it. And we can do that again with marketing plan, going through the compensation plan, and then looking at club levels, how you grow up into club levels, and what the monies are reflected in those areas. Because I think that's what you're asking me about, basically.
Yeah, and just to kind of simplify, because it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking too much or something, but they're just not getting the getting the money part. So yeah, I think that would help me out a lot. Thank you.
I think also it's very important to ask people, you know, what are you looking for as far as income, and in what time frame, so that you can put some, you know, realistic numbers to, you know, what it would take. And also the paying activities that have to go along with it. If I have somebody that wants to make $10,000 a month, but they're not ready to put me in front of anybody to talk to help them develop a team, it's not going to happen, you know. So the activity has to match the desire for the return. Okay, makes sense? Okay, so we've got that one down. I really think as far as this call, a lot of it is going to be and should be, you know, because if you're business minded and you really want your business to grow, it's going to be, how do we look at how the monies are made and how to talk about how the monies are made. Interestingly enough, for the most part, in the last, I would say 20 years, our company has kind of shied away from talking money. And I'm not sure why, because in my first, I would say 8 years, we talked about the money first before. I mean, we definitely talked about the product, because you can't talk about the money and say, we're not telling you what we're selling. Okay. But, you know, we really concentrated on, this is what a business looks like as far as how it's structured, what the activity looks like, and how you get to these positions, and not be afraid to do that with people that you speak to. And also, and it's why we talk about confidence. You know, when you know what you know, then confidence comes from it. And the more you do it, the more confident you become. And the more confident you become, the more people listen to you, you know, and the greater the impact that you will have when you have that conversation with someone and you are sure and you're totally convinced, because you've seen it happen to others, and you know that happens and can happen within our compensation plan, that if this is what you want, this is how we're going to get it. It's simple, but it's not easy. We're going to have to work at it every day. We're going to have to talk to people. We're going to have the courage to invite them to look. And, you know, but with confidence usually comes results as well. So it's a consistency of activity. And we say all those things often, but it's really beginning to put them into practice, and, you know, be brave enough that you can do target practice and miss a lot of them before you do, you know, before you get the ones who are going to be the power people in your business. Okay. Okay. I know we're past time here a bit, but I think that gives us a lot to work on, certainly. Anybody else, anything right quick that you would like to shout out, that you would like to hear about or work on? because that's what I feel like this group is important for, is to really work on the business strategies and techniques that are going to really take you to
Hey, Cheryl, it's Candace Corson in a parking lot in Indianapolis.
in a dark parking lot.
Dark. I turned on my light, but I just loved your training, and thank you. And I wanted to just say I'm here at the conclusion of a major event, and
Okay.
events, and it was incredible. We had 5 healthcare practitioners all volunteering and doing a healthcare panel. So we did inspiring healthy living as a panel, and I mean, it was fantastic. So I've
That
got,
is so great.
new prospects and a team who were re-energized, and then we have Dr. Jim Sears coming, because I texted him and bugged him because he gave me a cell phone like multiple times, and he's coming next month. So if events are, I can't sometimes explain enough to my new team members how important events are.
And that's something we'll definitely put on our agenda as well. And this is, if I could just, from my heart to yours, all of you tonight, we're going to step into the most productive years of our company's history. And we're 50 years old and we've had great success, but we're going to surpass everything that, has been done in a major way. And you all are already, you have the desire, you love the mission. You have so much more skill than you realize. I mean, for us just to get sharper and sharper at what we do, I mean, we've got an amazing future ahead of us as far as what we have to offer. And we have a world that needs it so badly. So I was talking to Jeff last night. He was in Dubai, and he said, just think about it. He said, everybody out there wants their bodies to be stronger and healthier so they don't have to worry about these threats of things like the viruses that we're hearing about now. And he says, and you can work from home and you don't have to worry about being out there and getting those viruses. So I said, yeah, we do have it all, don't we? But, I really hope that you all realize the power of where we are. And that, there are going to be disappointments that come along during the day. There are going to be people who love the idea of this. There are going to be people who hate the idea of it, and there'll be people who will start and they'll never really, put the activity in or the effort in to have the return. And we'll have great hope for them, and more so than they do for themselves. But if you can just really realize that there's so many people who will benefit from what we have and who want to hear it and who need to hear it, that it's just the courage of next. If this is not for you, we're going to love you anyway, but I'm moving on. So it's how many people can we tell, and then how can we really together become so skilled at these basics that, going to the QSC and turning that position over and over and over again as you bring new people to that position, getting qualified and staying that way, and looking at the ways to do it, and then going to sales coordinator and just repeat, and you go right to the top. So we'll work on all those. Okay, if I keep talking to you, Josh, and they're going to get me, okay? They're going to fuss at me. But, I encourage you to bring your team members to this Thursday night. Any of you who want to email me or and Missy and let us know things that you would really like, more input on. It's very important to have that kind of mastermind interaction so that we can make sure we become more and more skilled at everything that we do. Because, we're the best in the world. We're the best company. We've got the best product. We've got the best people. And what could possibly stop us? Okay.
Can I ask a question real quick, Cheryl?
Sure.
Do we have an address of the new pay plan? I know you had the old one that had the old prices and everything. Do we have a new pay plan?
There's a new plan, and we do have an address. I'll have to get that out to everybody. I think it's www.juiceplusplan.com or juiceplusplan 2020.
No, it's
Okay.
not the first time. It's Juice Plus Plan.
juiceplusplan.com.
Now,
Awesome.
I'm supposed to this week or so do a recording on a Zoom. I think Rachel Smart and I are doing it together. I might just, do it for this one too. We're going to do one. I'm hoping to get I have the pay plan up with the tri-pack, the new one. I'd like the pay plan up with the quad as well, the 4. the Orchard Gordon Vineyard and Omega, and I'm hoping to have that soon. And then we'll do a Zoom call for each of those with a recording. We'll record it, and then you can just pop that out to people. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome.
You know, because that's really, people are going to have to see that pay plan. Today, it is so much more simple because, you know, it's dollars. People can think in dollars. You couldn't think in points. You know,
Right.
how many years did we live with points? And we did so well with points. We're just going to be amazing with dollars.
That's right. Thank you.
No, and
We'll
Cheryl,
get that out.
and Cheryl, quickly, next week might be a good idea to maybe do a little work on conference invitation for those of us invited
Yes.
to the conference,
Yes.
how we might go about doing that between
Mhm.
our warm market, cold market.
Absolutely. And conference, I mean, some of the biggest people in my organization, you know, when we're talking about frontline, I mean, the first exposure before they were sponsored was conference. Chris Drobes, Lauren LaHave, Lauren Slocum, LaHave, they weren't distributors at that point. We brought them to conference to give them the exposure so that they could see what they were a part of. And so many times the stronger the contact you have, the more important it is, you know, to have people at that conference, because everybody's there as window dressing. They get to see everybody in corporate. They get to meet all the people in the business. I mean, we're all window dressing for one another. So I would definitely, conference is a big thing. Okay, we'll talk about that next week too. All right. Okay, anybody else dying to say anything, or you're gonna be okay? You can sleep if we leave now. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Everybody.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night, Cheryl.
Good night. Hi, Fran.